So that panel with the white lady was like, yeah, I this freedom of speech, I should be able to say the N word.
Yeah, you can. And you gonna get your fucking face caved in too.
Yeah, but you know what she feels? She feels like I should say that without. I should be able to say that without people putting hands on. Like they feel like they can say, or we could say, or y'all could say whatever. But who goes around calling y'all racist slurs like that in our community as much as
That's what I was just about to say.
Why is it even a conversation? I don't even understand.
Okay. Welcome to the Uncultured Rules podcast. Welcome back to the Uncultured Roots podcast. I'm Brother 17.
It's your man HM Hersham Bawu. What up? What up?
And it's your man Chief Fly. What up, though, my babies?
Welcome back to episode 97. 97. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Making our way to that triple digit mark. For everybody watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I keep forgetting to mention that in the beginning. And if you are listening to the audio version, make sure to give us a 5-star rating. However the platform is designed, we would definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Follows in all platforms. Don't be a talker, be a walker. Follows everywhere like a stalker. You dig?
Absolutely.
You dig it?
All right. So we're just gonna get right into the show. Well, a couple things that was happening in the culture that I picked up on this week. Unfortunately, Rihanna's father, Ronald Fenty, passed away at age 70 yesterday. By it just happening, obviously the autopsy hasn't been done, so the results of what happened haven't been released yet.
Are they trying to say something happened to him, like somebody did something?
No, they how people speculate, the conspiracy theorists end up coming out the woodwork. Oh, she sacrificed her father. Rihanna been on.
Right.
Yeah, that don't even make
she been on.
Y'all theories ain't adding up now.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on now.
What y'all doing with that now? Come on now.
She been on now.
Yeah, she already a billionaire.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
Why would she be sacrificing?
What she sacrificing now?
But you know how people be with that shit, man.
And they need to go and sacrifice their crazy theories they got going on.
Oh, man. Cassie gives birth to her third child. Was born Tuesday, May 27th.
Boy, that's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that when she was doing her testifying. I know she was super emotional.
Yeah.
I know she was
wow.
Stressed out, emotional.
Man. Yeah. She was so close to 2 weeks ago. She was close to giving birth.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She could
have all the whole world eyes on you while you about to pop.
She could have dropped in the damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
She could have messed around, dropped while she on the stand.
Hopefully, it didn't negatively affect her kid or whatever.
Well, they probably messed up the kid too.
Oh my goodness,
it's all bad.
And the last thing, posthumous, however you pronounce that word, DMX album set for 2025 release. The single with DMX and Joyner Lucas, Bring Out the Worst, dropped a couple days ago. I heard it this morning. Pretty dope song, pretty lyrical.
Yeah, I'm an X fan.
Yeah. So I was when I saw that, I'm like, oh, and then I heard the song, I'm like, yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta check that.
We gotta check that.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So let's just jump right into the show. Let's get into the culture. All right. So for those of you watching listening, however, I know we've all heard the term black fatigue. And I got 4 clips to play so we can listen to their perspective, give our perspective about how people are viewing black fatigue, right? And we'll get to the bottom of it all. But I'm going to play this first clip right now. And I'm pretty sure everyone here has a lot to say about this stuff. So let's get to it.
Black fatigue. This video might make you uncomfortable, but it needs to be made. There's a growing sentiment, most recently, of individuals who are proclaiming they do have black fatigue. And you don't have to be a non-black person to have black fatigue. What does that phrase actually mean? Essentially, black fatigue is a growing weariness of the actions of the quote-unquote black community. But it goes deeper than that, because we are in 2025 now, and we are being judged based on the content of our character and not the color of our skin. But the interesting part is, the lie that's been sold to the black community in particular is that the color of our skin dictates the content of our character. That's why in the black community, sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you are acting white, when they're talking to someone like myself who doesn't act the way most people would expect a conventional black person to act. In their minds, there is a correct way to act black. And the people in your ethnic group who fulfill those very negative stereotypes, those are the ones who are going to essentially drag down the collective whole. And that's why there's individuals who are black who do and can have black fatigue, because they see how damaging it is to see the worst of us attract all this negative attention that then unfortunately gets ascribed to the entire race all too often. But what's unfortunate is here in 2025, now we have to contend with the fact that there's people who are so sick and tired of seeing those negative aspects, those negative individuals in the black community attracting all this attention. That's what is spurring this black fatigue. I think it's something that needs to be talked about. And until we turn inward and address the issues in our own communities, I fear that this is only going to continue and get worse. And that's exactly what the powers that be want. They want to have us against each other instead of us against those who are really pulling the strings in the background.
Get what he's saying, but I don't think that term fits. Like, that's it's a bad name for it.
I agree.
Yeah. Now you probably got the clip of the lady that I seen describe what it actually means, and I thought that's what she meant. But what he said didn't.
No, it didn't fit.
Yeah, it didn't fit the
one.
No, it doesn't. And so, I guess just to address what it is that he's talking about, we have these conversations amongst ourselves, right? These conversations do take place. This is again what white people don't know about us. We know how to differentiate between black folks and N-words. See what I'm saying? We have these conversations that we don't broadcast out to the public. And what he's addressing is, he's talking about N-word behavior. And at least that's what I got from it. He's talking about the black fatigue. That's not really that's N-word fatigue. That ain't really black fatigue.
Yeah,
that's what
me.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It is.
So
yeah,
like we don't like that shit either. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think we talked about it before.
Yeah,
how the just the negative stuff is what gets portrayed as what all of us are collectively. So
right,
yeah,
correct.
Yeah, so I mean, if people like we talked about prior to coming on, people are going to take that word, or they're going to take that phrase, and they're going to mold it into their personal perspective, how they feel about whatever it is they feel about our culture, the negative aspects of it, whatever. I get it. Like, that's why I'm like, that's why I got four clips. I'm like, you know what? Because everybody's going to have their own perspective on it. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. In terms of, you get to kind of see what a person's mind is when they hear that terminology. So everybody can hear the same word and have like 1,000 different definitions. You see what I'm saying?
How they come up? How they come up with that definition?
Yeah, I don't like the sound
you know
of
what I mean? Like,
it.
well,
Black fatigue.
I think somebody outside of our culture
might have coined it.
No, not coined it.
No,
it was coined by a black woman.
Yeah, it's coined by a black woman.
Okay,
but I think that anybody outside of the community would switch and turn it because they watch us close. Yes, they hear it, and when they don't be knowing this is what like if you go down our history when it comes to our culture and we come up with phrases and all kind of stuff and then they take it, they don't know what it means and it turns into something else or something so I can see somebody outside the culture hear that and say that's exactly what we have.
Right, that's it.
But they so-called black fatigue come from, in my opinion, it comes from you can do everything else, but you can't say the N-word, and that get on your nerves.
They want to feel included. You just can't say that, buddy.
Not even included. They don't want to feel like they limited in anything. I could do that too if I want to.
Yeah, you can.
Type situation.
They can, and they do.
Yeah, no. They want to say it out loud, straight up.
They can do that too,
without no repercussions.
But
that ain't how life works.
How people respond to it, they can't control that. You can do what you want to do in life.
It's the privilege that they've been having up to this point. To now, that privilege slipping, or it is not. It don't have that same oomph it had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what? Now you're trying to tell us we can't do this? Like,
no.
Why would you want to?
Yes. Exactly.
Why you want to do it so bad? Why you want to do it so bad? You know what I mean? They ain't even saying the GA. Right. They want to say ER. They want to say the hard ER. But why? But why? Oh, you guys can say so. Why I can't say it?
Because we've touched on this a million times. Because we popularized. We could take something that might be bad and popularize it and turn it into something cool. Mm-hmm. And now everybody wants to do what we doing because we control the culture. I've been saying that shit. We've been saying that shit. Everybody in the community knows that shit.
We control the code.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah.
As far as on the culture, monetary wise and otherwise, some other people.
Yeah.
They hijacked it. They hijacked it in that aspect.
Yeah.
But
they control it. We create it.
I say this. We build stuff, and certain people with certain mindsets destroy it. Mm-hmm. You don't gotta take my word for it. Just look at the history. You know what I mean? We build stuff, and people either take it and they destroy it or use it the wrong way or whatever.
We're creators, they're destroyers. That simplifies it. There's a virus going around. It's been around for a very long time. And I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not going to say nothing else.
Yeah, certain people with certain mindsets. Just like,
I can't wait till we do our Patreon. To where you got to pay to hear my real thoughts on shit. And if you run back and snitch, then I don't give a shit. As long as I got your money.
Man, my thought about this, it stems going back to that panel where the white lady was on there talking about something. Why I can't say the N word? She talking about she want to say it. Remember, like a month back.
Yeah.
And and that stemmed from the video we talked about with the white lady was cussing out the little boy, right?
Oh yeah.
So that panel with the white lady was like, yeah, I this freedom of speech, I should be able to say the N word.
Yeah, you can. And you gonna get your fucking face caved in too.
Yeah, but she, what she feels? She feels like I should say that without. I should be able to say that without people putting hands on. Like they feel like they can say, or we could say, or y'all could say whatever. But who goes around calling y'all racist slurs like that in our community as much as?
That's what I was just about to say.
Why is it even a conversation? I don't even understand.
Because I'm thinking in terms of like, do we even do is there a word that we could say about y'all that will offend y'all?
There's some words, but we don't even use these words, and I could say this because I'm black in households where we don't even be thinking about y'all.
Exactly.
Yes,
we don't be calling y'all.
That's the big key to everything.
Yeah, because they say it behind doors, and we know that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like we don't.
So they think so much of us that we just really want we want this. We want to be able to say this.
It's gotta be some type of
mental disorder,
like who,
or something rooted in fear or something. Like why is
we gonna get to that.
Like why is it so much
later on in the show?
Why y'all want to say this? So like, if it feels like whoever's running society is trying to brew up some stuff, they ready for some like
race war.
Yeah,
that's what they waiting on. All right, so let me just string this along because we got plenty to say.
Yeah,
we'll go on to the next clip.
Getting in our way when we were trying hard.
This is our military.
Don't you take a picture of me? You do not have the right to take a picture of me.
I do.
Do not take a picture of me.
Hey.
Get drunk. I'm trying to have them hands off me.
Ma'am.
Put that phone down.
Oh, shit. Ma'am.
Don't do it.
I'm pregnant. Look at me. I'm pregnant. You pushing the pregnant lady.
Well, my husband is handicapped.
Hey, you don't need to be recorded.
I'm putting my ass up.
Now, what in the world is going on here?
Now, I don't know. I can safely say I don't know what led up to it. I don't know what led up to whatever. But all I'm saying is there was two ladies in military gear. Like these are people who volunteered for the military. And usually when I'm out somewhere, military servicemen and women get the utmost respect. You see somebody walking into a store with the military garb on, and it's like, hey, they command a certain level of respect, regardless of what color. At least, I guess, at least in my mind, like you brave enough to sign up for that, then hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not a member, so I probably ain't got no right to salute you. But I'm saying, you get what I'm saying? Like, hey man, you're doing something I wouldn't do. Hey, my hat's off to you.
Right.
So I don't know what led up to it. I just know the first woman, the other woman in the front was like, hey, ma'am, like she was still calling her ma'am, still trying to, still trying to get her to stop. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like, y'all ain't got enough respect. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
What happened before,
right?
So this is probably what old boy was talking about in the first time. White people being fed up and fatigued, black fatigue. I'm sick of these blackies. I'm sick of them. I don't even know what it is. Just like we say, somebody's trying to start this damn race war to pit us against each other. And look, don't get me wrong. I I've heard harsh rhetoric on both sides of the perspective, and I mean, obviously, shit, you know what team I'm on. I mean, shit go down. I got to ride with my people. I'm not fucking rocking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, most of us, most sane people, black and white, don't want this shit. Most of us don't want to go back and fight a war that they fought almost 200 years ago.
What are we even getting out of going back and forth with them like that? Like,
I don't.
You know, it's not going to do anything. We not getting nothing out of that.
Nothing for nobody.
It's just like your shirt, man. That's a perfect segue.
You're right.
You know? So, I don't know, man. Just, his shirt says, I don't argue.
Yeah.
I communicate.
I
do communicate.
Yeah, come to a store near you. Come to an internet store near you.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't know it. I'm going to let y'all know. Y'all can get them.
And, yeah, I mean, like I say, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some black folks who do resent some white folks out here. And that's because of history. And I'm not going to lie. I mean, I get like that sometimes. The more history I read, the more upset I get. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I'll be fully transparent. Does my view of white people diminish the more history I read, the more things they've done to my ancestors? And absolutely it does. I'm not going to lie. It definitely does. But I also know, hand in hand, look, the ones here today ain't the ones, you know, tying black people up to 2 different horses and hitting horses and ripping their arms apart and doing all of that stuff. But I did see a story. About, what was it, a 34-year-old man? I think it was in Wisconsin, I believe. He, 34-year-old white man, I believe. He dismembered this black woman, 19 years old, going on a date with her first date. Just completely unalived her, dismembered her, and everything. I mean, they caught him. He going away.
Jeffrey Dahmer or something?
Yeah,
it's just sick.
That's what I'm saying.
It's always sick people. It's just
that's what I'm getting. Yeah,
it's just
you know, it's just like, man, I don't hope anything good happens to him. That's putting it nicely. You know, so
he probably already suffering.
And well. I can't say what I want to say. I'm trying to stay in the YouTube guidelines.
Yeah. But you know, I don't know, man. I mean, I could. To me, it's not surprising that they would do that to somebody, even though they in the military, because it's like what they perceive you as when it comes to your skin color overrides that.
Yeah, they look past the.
Yeah. That's a special superpower they have, don't it? You can look past the uniform and just see, I see what's on the inside. What's really on the outside, but it's on the inside. Like,
nah, it ain't no superpower. They've been feeling strongly about. They could be feeling strongly about that, and I'm not saying that that's the case here,
right?
Because I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
you know, prior to us seeing what ended up happening, but. Just to talk about, you know, how a person who's racist feel about another person, they already feel a certain way, have a certain outlook, so it won't matter what you put on.
Right.
You can have you can be in that garb, you could be in a preacher garb, you can do whatever. they still gonna look at you like you still a nigga
in a suit.
I mean, let's look at MLK and people back in the day. They all was wearing suits. They ain't had their pants sagging. They wasn't wearing no baggy stuff or none of that.
Highly respectable, highly educated, spoke well.
and wearing suits, and it was an issue then. They still wanted to throw rocks,
dogs,
bomb
water
churches,
hoses,
water hose, sick dogs on people. Still wanted to do all that. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's why I mean I can't not say this, man. Like, I don't understand where the hatred of us comes from. I really don't. I don't get it. Personally, I just don't get it. But what I can say is, I would understand point blank, period, if a black person came out and started saying the same stuff like F all white people, this, that, and the third. I wouldn't condone it, but I would understand it because of the history. If he or she studied history deeply and was a history major in high school and in college and like went off the books and learned the real history, if you know what I'm talking about, not the stuff that they indoctrinate, and they came away with the perception of they didn't like white people, I could understand why. Because it's documented. I'm not saying that they should. I'm not saying that any person should come away with that mentality or that mindset. But what I'm saying is, I can't understand why y'all don't like black folks, but I could certainly understand why a black person would not like y'all. That's what I'm saying. And if you want to talk about the okay, well, since you said it already, Fly, I said, if you want to talk about the nigga behavior, then that's only a result from years of infiltrating our community with drugs, psychological warfare, all types of things to break down the black family unit, to take the man out of the household, break down the structure of the household. You going after the black women, corrupting their minds. Now all of a sudden, every time, I ain't gonna say for all black women, so please bear with me when I say this, because I know it's not true for all of our sisters. I know it's not true for all of y'all, but a lot of y'all. The minute a camera thrown on y'all want to start twerking. A couple of these women lost their jobs. A couple airline what's the term? It's not stewardess. No, it's not stewardess. Attendants.
Oh, flight attendant.
Right. A couple flight attendants lost their job because they were twerking in uniform, showing the logo and everything. Of course you're gonna get fired. What are you doing? You're a representation of the company. So what I'm getting at is, they've infiltrated our community, poisoning the minds of the youth. That starts with the stuff they glorify in the music. They only push certain types of music. They don't push positive stories. Like I said, the drug epidemic that was going on in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, where, it wasn't, hey, we're going to get you all rehabilitation. No, we're going to lock y'all up.
Right.
Completely different when the skin is lighter. And they get, when the skin is white, and they get the drug addiction, and now it's all, let's not toss them in jail. Let's give them rehab. So I can understand why someone would come away was like, I don't mess with y'all. I know what y'all did. The FBI, like you mentioned last week, Fly, with the COINTELPRO situation. Like we try to have movements for positivity. You infiltrate said movement because you go after the weak links in our community, and then they stab the people in the back that's trying to do right. Like you would talk about the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers wasn't no violent people. They was trying to protect the community. You infiltrate the Black Panther movement, and you. I'm gonna wrap this up. What I'm saying is, again, I'm not condoning it. But what I'm saying from a logical stance, just using logic, I can understand why somebody would not like white people if you studied the history. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I condone it. But what I'm saying is I can understand why someone would come away with that premise. I cannot understand for the life of me, historically, what do you have against black folks black mothers who wet nursed your children, took care of your children. All the black women you so-called quote unquote masters raped or you know what you did. Raped our black women. You beat our black brothers, and you buck broke our black brothers in front of their wives. You've done a history of horrible shit and documented it. Y'all were so brazen that y'all documented it. Y'all didn't even run from it. Yeah, we did this shit. Yeah, we did it. And then you wonder why people don't fuck with you. And so it's like, okay, whatever. I don't understand why y'all don't like us though. You can talk about the gangster shit and all that. Yeah. And I'm not saying black people, I'm not saying that we take no responsibility in some of the things that happen in our community. We do take some responsibility for it. Absolutely.
I mean, we had no choice but, take responsibility for some of this stuff because look, this is the way I look at it. They not really hands on what's going on today. Why? Because the seed and the heavy work started with all the other stuff from the past. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now it's to the point like now they get in their own way and destroy themselves. They don't have to really do the hard work.
The system already been set up for us to do it ourselves, so they don't have to.
And it's still set up. It's still set up.
Like, we ain't doing nothing to y'all.
Yep. But y'all
doing it to yourself.
It's the equivalent of throwing a rock and hiding your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I mean, it's 3 different type of white people. It's the ones who they not racist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's racists, like the ones that's working class racists. Yeah. Like they might not even be exactly might not be as like racist as far as controlling things, as far as like upper managing things, as far as passing laws or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they benefit off what's going on. They're not going to want to give it up.
Yeah.
And then you have the ones that's controlling. That's the real issue. That's the real people.
Yeah.
That you need to worry about. These
the
people,
ones that got power.
Exactly. The ones that's controlling everything, that's trying to keep that thing in place. Those are the ones up top. These people in the middle, these are mostly people who got issues that's deep rooted. That's the answer to I don't understand why you don't like black people that much, because it's deep rooted and passed down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's even got to the point they teach, don't do this in front of people. You know what I mean? And that's when they talk and say little things behind the scenes. They don't really say it out loud. But those, it seems like we group them together and we go at the ones that's on the mid-level tier.
Yeah.
You should be focused on the ones who got power and who can actually,
because we go at them
something.
Well, we go at them because they the faces we can see. Mm-hmm. And they're more closer to us.
Yeah.
And so we tend to lash out at them. But they don't got no power really. Like they don't really got it. Like they not even the ones to even be looking at.
Yeah, I agree.
Other than calling the police.
I mean, some of them the police.
Yeah,
a lot of them are the police.
But they not the ones they getting food.
Yeah.
They also get food. They think they get their privilege, and they thinking that they okay because they got privilege, but they get food too.
Yeah.
It's all designed for everybody go back and forth.
I know.
And keep on doing
and not attack the core of the problem.
Not look
exactly.
up.
Exactly.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. And focus on your enemy in front of you.
Yeah, and the only reason they not gonna some of them know what's going on, some of them don't, but they scared to give up that privilege.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can openly admit I'm guilty of only looking at the enemy in front of me sometimes. But a lot of times, like when I'm not on camera and when I'm behind the scenes, a lot of times I am like looking at the top, and the reasons for that because I'm tired of going to work every damn day. So I ain't look like because what we talking about, you mid-level, you management, you in here working like me. I'm talking about the people that's on the beach right now,
right?
While I'm working. That's when my mind like it's the top. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I know. That's why I say behind the scenes, off camera. All right, But then sometime when I get on camera and I see stupid videos like the ones I'm showing, it's like, it put my attention right back and take off they some tricky little bastards, man. They some tricky okay, right.
But the guys that you may work for, they mid-level.
Yeah, I know. But not to me though.
Of course, but the ones who really pulling the strings is the ones who can turn all this stuff around.
Yeah,
but they decide not to.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like reparation. Why would they give it? Why would they won't give it? Why they won't give it?
Yeah, we know why. All right.
They can do a lot of stuff. They can change a lot of stuff. They just don't want to do it, and we know why they won't.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go on to the next one right quick, so we try to get through some of them. I have about 3 more pertaining to this subject.
I just saw a white girl on my For You page talking about the word black fatigue. She said, "I'm so glad we're finally talking about this. We as a society are sick of y'all." The whites are now saying, "I've stayed quiet about this for too long. The ghetto behavior needs to stop." Oh! The term black fatigue was created by a black woman to describe the mental and physical toll that systemic racism has on black people. It does not mean an invitation for white people to talk about how you're sick of black people. I'm at a loss for words. That's probably the most on-brand white person thing I've ever seen. Y'all just expose yourselves completely that you're racist and you don't read. If you're interested, here's the book written by Mary Frances Winters, the woman who coined the term black fatigue. Please educate yourselves. I beg.
You said it. You said it there. It's going to take it and try to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I do have that.
That's what I said. You can hear a phrase, and then it'll go to your core. Like, I don't like those darkies either. You know, I am fatigued. I'm sick of seeing them in sports. I'm sick of seeing them on TV. They're the white people.
Racist. I'm not racist. I just have black fatigue. That's right.
That's right. Spot on. Oh my God.
All this tells me is that they be watching and they be listening.
Yes. Oh, they can't take their eyes off us, man.
They saw that on TikTok. They saw black people talk about black fatigue on TikTok, and they just was like, boom. Oh yes, I have that.
Didn't even look up the definition or read the book or anything.
No, they don't. They do the surface level digging.
Yeah, exactly.
They see what's going on, what's getting talked about on TikTok, and then they boom.
Yeah, that's typically how TikTok runs too. Like it's not a lot of research done. No, not from the majority. Like
because if they did, they'd be like, "Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna look stupid for sure."
Right.
Oh, there's no shame in today's society.
Yeah,
there's no shame
Is
anymore.
out the window. We
need to bring back shit, baby.
It ain't no shame.
They seen that and they jumped on it. That's it.
All right, I'm gonna go on to the next one.
People are tired of dealing with niggas and nigga shit. Black fatigue is a collective tiredness that everyone in the country, especially in the United States, has for black people. People are tired of the ghetto-ness, the ratchetness, the loud behavior, the fighting, the arguing. They're tired of all that shit from black people. They're tired of black people using the race card to escape any kind of criticism or any kind of trouble at all. They're tired of the excuse from black people for why they can't do something is because, well, I'm black, and because of slavery, and because of racism, and because of a bunch of bullshit that does not fucking affect them in reality. So what's the solution? Well, the solution is for black people to acknowledge that they have a problem. Our culture is a problem. The way that we handle ourselves and handle issues is a problem. Black people need to stop acting as if there is nothing wrong with us, that we are perfect and nothing can be done wrong by black people. We need to stop putting our faith and value in entertainers. They give us a poor representation, a poor image. We need to redefine the objectives and roles of both men and women within the black community. We need to put more value in education, not sports and not rapping, not fucking dope dealing and doing bullshit. Our entire collective consciousness and our focus needs to change if we want to do better.
Yeah, I got a couple things for that.
Oh, the floor is yours, man.
First of all, this black card, this mythical black card, what in the world does it do? And if it really works like y'all been saying it works, where do I get mine at?
Thank you.
Because it don't really do anything. What do it really get you? This race card. I'm talking about. What does it really get you? And if it really does something, when is mine coming in the mail? Because it don't do anything.
What's the history of? What's the data showing that it's worked? What's the benefit of it?
Yeah, and look, we do know that we have our own issues. Everybody has that type of group of people in their community somewhere. For some reason, y'all keep on thinking like it's just black people, and we the ones that got the issue. Everybody got a group of people that's unsavory, and their group of people.
Yep.
And we all look at them the same way that everybody else look at theirs.
Yep.
So I don't get this. I don't get this.
And again, I'm wondering, the way he was explaining it is like, oh, black fatigue is, everybody's tired of everybody doing this nigga shit, but why is it called black fatigue? Black is everybody. It should be called nigga fatigue. Right?
That's true. That's true.
It don't even make sense.
But
so you're doing a disservice by trying to, even though you saying it in an incorrect way,
yeah,
saying it's black fatigue, you saying that's all black people, like that's black behavior.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, he's classifying it as
black.
He's
classifying it as black.
Now you see how
so you feeding into how they spend it. They spend it
exactly
into all black is all.
They starting a confusion.
Black. Yeah, exactly.
It's starting confusion,
and everybody's just feeding right into it.
Mm-hmm. It's starting confusion. Boom. They really need to do away with that whole term.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I first heard it. I'm like, that is not a good term at all.
No, they need to go back to the drawing board with those terms because if everybody got some type of fatigue in their group of people with a certain group of people.
Right, exactly.
And we're not perfect. I don't know where you got that from. Where we think we walk, our people in our culture walk around perfect, like we ain't none of us got. Like who does it? Who's saying that?
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to figure that out. I'm asking y'all, who's saying that? Who's saying that we so perfect that we don't have no issues? We know we got issues, but our issues we trying to figure out how to change things.
Yeah.
And I think they really only got it, okay, well, y'all don't keep want to see this nigga fatigue. And man, talk to y'all people who make these algorithms on these apps. Because they keep boosting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what keeps showing.
Exactly.
And you want to know how I know? Because look at Charleston White. Charleston White, brilliant. I don't care what nobody say, because I know exactly what he was doing from the jump.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what he was doing from the jump. He seen that's where even black people, not just black people, all the people that look watching the internet that's into this certain content. He seen that's that content, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna put this mirror up and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna be this person." When he be out there acting a plum fool, saying the crazy stuff, man, that man know what he doing.
Yep, I agree.
And he really trying to change things for black people. Mm-hmm. Even when he's saying the crazy stuff, like I don't mess with Nick. When he's saying all that crazy stuff, he really is trying to break down
change the narrative in the perspective.
He's trying to break down the messed up parts over here.
Yeah.
So when they up there talking about all this, we tired of this, we tired of that. I mean, y'all don't even got to. Where do y'all even come in contact with any of these people?
Right. Exactly.
Only when you're on the internet, right? Because you don't really want them anywhere near you anywhere else, right?
No, they don't.
So, I mean,
well,
we ain't telling, hey, look, man, we ain't in your house telling you to clean up your house. I mean, we don't tell you what to do with yours. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to say that you shouldn't tell us what to do with ours, but we trying to figure out ours. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
I mean,
we're gonna try to figure that out, but it's not easy. The people with these certain type of mentalities in our community, that's not an overnight fix.
No, it's not.
They're not about to go away tomorrow. That mentality not gonna go away tomorrow. Just, I mean, if you really want to try to get rid of it quick, I mean, there's some things you can do, but you got the people that's in power that kind of look like y'all do not want to do that. So
no, ain't no kind of. They look like them. This country has always been controlled by white men. So,
well, I say kind of because at this point I'm talking about mentality, because it's starting to be more than just people that had that skin color.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it more and more now too. And
it's starting to morph into a mentality,
man,
with a certain group of people, and you know,
whole bunch of Sambos being born that day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll say this. Oh boy, I'm not going to address Charleston White because I knew what he was doing when he started it too, and then he even talked about it in an interview about when he first started. He was super positive, but he wasn't getting the type of attention.
His message was
exactly
heard.
The message wasn't getting heard.
Exactly.
So he flipped the
he
script.
Had to deliver it differently.
Exactly.
And then everybody started listening.
Exactly. So I get it.
Exactly.
I kind of saw that too. Like, somebody like him just don't come out of nowhere. Like, no, they've been analyzing the game, figuring out how to play it. And that's kind of what we doing with this show. We analyzing the game, trying to get our foot through the door. And the second we find a formula that works, we hitting the gas. And it's that simple. So even if I'm not saying I'm gonna come out here and play a character like Charleston White, but at the end of the day, you know, it's whatever works. If I got a message to get across, if I have to speak your language, that's really all Charleston White doing, is speaking your language, a language that you understand and that you comprehend, because you click on it and you watch it constantly. That's it. That anytime someone is speaking, like if you feel this show, that means we speaking your language. That's it. And I obviously not, you know what I'm trying to say, metaphorically speaking. But yeah, that's all it is. But to address the guy in the video, like the kind of vibes I got from him, now don't get me wrong, I agree with some of the stuff he's saying. Some of the stuff in terms of, yes, we do have problems.
Yeah, we have stuff we need to clean up. And,
absolutely.
Stop glorifying.
We've had private conversations off mic about things that we think need to be done that you know, I'm not going to put back on mic. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest. When I saw that video, I'm listening to his words. I'm watching his demeanor, listening to his tone, watching his body language. You one of the brothers that they wouldn't allow in the movement. To me personally, the type of energy he was giving off, you look like one of the brothers that would try to sell us out. That's what I was getting from him. He makes some good points. But as we already established, you're blurring the lines. You're making it seem like it's only black behavior. You're blurring the lines. You are literally falling into the same trap that they're setting when you come out there and you say shit like that. Black fatigue. Again, I mean, look, you can have a disdain for the culture, because I have a certain level of disdain for the culture. Hell, I just talked about it. I just talked about the black women getting fired for twerking every time you put a camera on. That's a certain disdain that I have in our culture. I don't like that aspect of our culture. I don't like it. As a man, sure, what man wouldn't want to watch some girl shake her ass? Okay, yeah, it's appetizing because I'm a heterosexual man. But on a deeper level, no. Because guess what? This is the internet. This shit gonna last forever. If you live long enough, you're gonna become a grandma one day. Internet don't go away unless if they shut the lights off on this, that means they shutting the lights off on everything. And then we got bigger problems, not just the internet.
Right. You know? The internet's gonna be least of our problems.
That's gonna be the least of our concerns. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is, I approach every show I do, I approach every song I write, I approach everything that I put out for consumption in the mindset of this is going to be around long after I'm gone. And so I'm kind of writing it with the future or recording, writing, coming up with whatever it is that I'm doing creatively speaking with the future in mind. And when these women, not even I don't even want to just pin it down on the sisters, because you got ignorant niggas that go out here and make these stupid videos. Remember back in the day when they was all toting guns and posting guns and all that shit? You know, the ignorant shit we used to see. They don't do too much of that no more because, hitting them with Ricos and using everything against you now.
Cracking down on it.
What you say can and will be used against you now. So, okay, probably don't want to do that.
No, they still putting a little.
No, I'm not doubting it, but I'm saying it's not. At least from my algorithm, it's not as prevalent as I was seeing a long time ago. But yes, there are certain aspects of the culture that I can't stand. But am I going to write off the culture as a whole? No, I'm not.
Right.
There are some aspects of our culture that have been corrupted, sure, okay, but that you can't just paint with a broad brush, as I think this guy. I'm not even going to call him a brother because he's not a brother. I'm not going to say that's what you're doing. What you're doing is you're feeding into the thoughts and the sentiments of those who already have not so nice feelings and thoughts about us anyway.
Disdain for us in a whole.
Exactly.
As a whole.
So they're
doing
their work for them.
Exactly. and it's working to their benefit because he doesn't look like us. He looks like
he's one of them, right?
That's why I said he looked like, and that's why I say I could kind of pick up on that. I'm like, you look like somebody that would have sold us out. You look like somebody that would have sold Hugh and Newton and all them out back there. You look like you would have been the nigga they went to for COINTELPRO.
Yeah.
You look like one of them ones they would have got. But I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. You know, this is just my opinion, what I'm saying about him, and he probably feel the same way about me. And that's fine. It's cool. I'm not finna have no, like what your shirt say. I don't argue. I'm not finna have no public dispute with one of ours. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that.
You got anything to add, Hirsch?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Hirsch ain't even here.
I'm tired, but I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just the fishes. Piggy, going over what you were saying, like the sisters that's twerking and getting in trouble, man. Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. Like, it's like, okay, man, can we not twerk everywhere? Right? Can we not do this everywhere?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like,
it's like they say hello with their ass, like just like waving, just twerk.
I don't want them to do that because
first thing you do.
Yeah. I mean, it's feeding into something they say that they don't want.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it is. Because that's what you're advertising. That's
they
what
don't want to be looked
at
as sexual objects, and you kind of like...
Yeah, it's hypocritical.
You know what I mean? And it's your job, man. I mean, it's your livelihood. It's not worth putting your livelihood in jeopardy.
Professionalism.
To get out here and because you want views. And see, that part,
right? I
don't put that strictly on our people. I put that on what the social media has done to people and as a whole.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a lot of moving parts.
It definitely is. And to that, I guess for my part, to close out. This is why even when I make most of my TikTok videos, most of the time I'm at work. So most of the time I got on my work uniform, but I never show the company's logo that's on my shirt. I always have to angle the camera in a way that does not show where it is that I work. Because, a job could fire you for any reason, per se. Yeah. They could fire you for any reason. But what my thing is, I'm not going to give you ammunition to say, oh, he works for our company. You can see the logo.
Right.
And then, case in point, okay, now that's grounds to get rid of your dumb ass because you wasn't smart enough to hide the logo. No,
Right.
I always hide it. And I always watch whatever it is that I record, like at least 2 times to be like, make sure, okay, it's hitting the whole way.
Yeah.
Good. And that's it. That's it. And so that's why I can honestly say for the women, the flight attendants, you doing it on a plane.
Yeah, that's kind of like common sense. Like you on the plane in the outfit.
So I just say, yeah, we got to do better. That's all, and that's not to sit up there and dogpile on our sisters, because we already established on the show we love the sisters, okay? But at the end of the day, they need constructive criticism, as we're about to give some black men some constructive criticisms in a few minutes about some things that they have to do. But I'm gonna go to this last one for black fatigue, and this is gonna be the end of it, and then we move on to the next subject.
Yeah.
This comment says, how do you feel about this new black fatigue thing? I am going to point out that black fatigue is not a new thing. It is generational and has been going on for centuries. The term, however, is relatively new and was coined by Mary Frances Winters back in 2020. And it is a term that describes the exhaustion that black people feel in having to experience and deal with racial inequality and injustice and systems of oppression, as well as having to explain those systems and how they are affected to their oppressors. Now, currently, the white peoples have decided that they are going to take that term, flip it, and use it as a way to describe their exhaustion with hearing about the struggles of black people. And that is a choice. And since white women love analogies, I'm going to give you one. The white version of the term black fatigue is the equivalent of telling somebody that a song is overplayed on the radio. That is dehumanizing, it diminishes the experience, it's invalidating. And it actually contributes to black fatigue. And white people using it in this way is diminishing the impact of those words. It's taking the power away from them. And that's some bullshit. That is some white supremacy bullshit. Now, if you are white and you want to learn more about black fatigue, you can always get the book.
They're not going to read that.
Preferably from a black-owned bookstore.
And they're not going to go
like
there.
Mahogany Books in D.C.
Shut
This
up,
is less important, but I think it's hilarious that a lot of black people are now using the term white fatigue to describe the type of exhaustion they feel when dealing with white people. That... I can get behind that. We are exhausting.
Okay,
she gets it.
She gets it.
She explained that very well. She did her research.
She did good.
That's why I saved that one for last.
And she's one of the white people that I said first. She's the first one I'm talking about. Ones that's not racist, that understands it, and she reads the room. She gets it.
Yeah.
However, Not however, but check this out though. Yes, they hijack it. Just like they hijack woke.
Man.
Yep.
Woke meant something good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got a broader understanding and knowledge. They don't turn into something else, like a negative term. So, black fatigue, in its true definition, is not really black fatigue, it's white fatigue.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was thinking. It should have been that.
So all the black people that's like, well, we're going to call it white fatigue. Slow down, cowboy. Like, hold your horses. Because that is already white. Black fatigue is white fatigue. At this point, y'all in y'all feelings because white people are saying, yeah, we got black fatigue. Get out your feelings.
Imagine being tired and annoyed with hearing somebody talking about them struggling. What about the motherfuckers struggling? How do you think they feel?
My God, bro.
Oh, I'm so tired of hearing about your struggles.
It knows no bounds. Like, oh my Christ.
They play right into it, dog. It's crazy.
Every time.
Yeah, I mean, it goes to show that they still don't have no real clue or understanding about how other people are living.
Yes.
And the things they got to deal with.
No empathy, yeah.
Or no empathy. They either don't care or they're not doing no deep dives into.
They watch the culture to steal, but not to empathize.
Mm-hmm.
That's my takeaway. That's what I get from it. She's spot on. She's spot on. She's absolutely spot on. She gets it. She understands it.
I mean, I think just the history of all the things that happened.
Yeah.
It just kind of shows that they may lack that empathetic part. They may have it, but it may be like very, very minimal.
There you go.
Because the history of all the atrocities across the world is like, how do you just do that just to be on top?
Maybe they know about the.
It's in them.
The ones who really been having control of how everything works, they know.
They know.
It's just, the people, like I keep saying, man, the people that's on the lower end from their side, they the one to get the blunt. They the one to get all the y'all some racists. Whoa.
Yeah.
A lot of these folks, they already know. They watch us close.
Mm-hmm.
I keep saying it. The fact that they found out what black fatigue, for them to even know what that is, they saw it on TikTok, watching our culture on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Do you know any of their trends or any of their words or what they on right now in their communities?
No. Well,
we ain't watching for them.
But they don't we don't watch. But they don't make anything.
Yeah.
They don't make too much anything that like we make.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's why I always watches. But like you say, they be watching. They might participate in the culture as far as they want to have fun with it, and then they kind of back away from it. It's like what I've been saying on the show, like since we first started. It's like going to the zoo and you like to watch the lion, you don't want to get close to him. Like really be in there.
No, of course not.
When they really go down. Same thing.
I don't even really want to watch his ass in there. Because
watch him through TV.
That's what I would rather watch him. I would rather watch him in the wild. I would rather watch him in the wild on a safari, a safe safari.
Well, it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. Yeah. It's and even I guess it could be like almost watching a lion on TV. You just watching them on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You ain't really going to the safari.
No,
jump on the.
No, it's got. That's what I say. It's got to be in a cage truck. Exactly. It's got to be in a cage truck. Like instead of me going to see him in the cage, I'll be the one in the mobile cage because I want to watch him in his active environment. I want to watch you be who you are in your environment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you in some artificial astroturf man-made shit. Because you gonna be just waiting for your next piece of slop they throw you to eat. I want to see you out there moving freely, being the true king that you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't get me?
I love watching those type of wildlife.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it through the high definition lens.
No, Hirsch.
Of the crazy person who was out there videotaping.
When we go to the motherland, we going on one of them trips, man. You gotta come with me, man. You gotta come with me, bro. Well, you got to. Come on, man.
Look, man. Look.
I'm good, bro. I don't never need to see a lion in person.
Oh man, going for the experience.
I believe what I've seen.
Yeah, I know a lion to do what a lion gonna do.
I believe what I see.
But only time that they gonna get close to the lions metaphorically is when they flatten that boy out and they gentrify it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got to tranquilize them first.
Right.
When they gentrify it and they move the lions out to somewhere else, then that's when they come. But at that point, it's not the jungle no more. It's something else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, to close out, she's spot on, and
yeah.
I'm pretty confident, and this is the last thing I'll say about it. I'm pretty confident that she herself, she did exactly what her people do. She watched black folks. She learned from black folks. But the difference is, like y'all just talking about, her mindset was one of understanding. Her mindset was empathetic. Her mindset understood it. Okay, Mary Frances Winters, she wrote the book. This is where it stems from. This is what it's about. She probably took the time to probably read the book to gather perspective to understand, because she's not approaching it from the aspect of, I'm sick of black folks. She's like, right. I know black people have gone through some shit. She even said it herself. I know my people fucked up. So she and to be fair, quite a few white people are starting to wake up and starting to see the bullshit for what it is. And the only reason they're starting to wake up, and I don't care if you disagree, not y'all, I'm talking about whoever watching. The only reason that is because the economy is kicking your ass. You trying to understand
same level as these.
You trying to understand the perspective, because the economy it always ain't been shit for black folks.
Yeah.
And you gathering to our perspective because you trying to find out how to navigate this shit. Because you ain't never been here. Black people know how to
discriminate a race is rich and poor now.
Black people know how to make $1 out of 15 cents. We'll figure out how to make that shit stretch and figure out how to go the extra mile. Y'all don't know the first thing about how to do that.
That's the thing. It's always been really about have and have not for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. It's kicking their butt. But that's why I say, even some of them who are not racist. What's another term?
Prejudice.
Prejudice. They been fooled, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Now they can see they been fooled.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'm touching on, she might not have looked at us and said, well, "Black fatigue, what is that?" She probably heard it from them, from her own people, and said, "What is this? What is this?"
Research.
Yep. She probably seen when they start picking it up and said, "What are you talking about?" And did her research, like somebody who's intelligent would do, and said, "Okay, I should go out here and let people know, especially people that look like me, know what this really means, because they don't know what it means." Kudos her for doing that.
Yeah, maybe I ain't giving her enough credit, but I have, in terms of, she was spot on. She's spot on with her messaging and how she broke it down. So that's why I used it. I'm like, oh shit, she actually knows.
Even the black dude in the clip didn't know what it means.
That's what I'm.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Damn! We done had two black people
popping off at the mouth.
We had two black people.
That's right. The very first one.
Two black people.
And it's crazy that the white girl, the white sister, got a better explanation than the two black men. Damn, I got to do better in choosing these clips.
No, that's cool, because this points out what we had to do.
Yeah.
What we need to do is, get out emotion, get out of emotions, and move off the logic.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. So this subject I just titled Black and White. And I'm not going to explain it. She's going to explain it for us.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that, but I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand that shit. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever fucking race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly when you choose to date outside of your race? And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me, because why? Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that? It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off, so whatever.
Shout out to Lucy Pearl.
Pearl.
Well,
Self-hate.
Yeah.
Or some kind of mama issues.
Or, yeah.
Or, you don't like how you got rejected by black women or something growing up. You just try to take it out on all of them. That's the only thing I could see to explain that.
Yeah, me too.
Because you got women in your family, and I'm sure they're not white women. So
I'll say this. I guess I'll go first. So the other day, this past Thursday, my youngest son had an award ceremony because he's graduating middle school, he's going to high school next year. Oh no, well, you know what I'm saying, next school year. And so this happened when we were leaving out. I held the door open as we were leaving to a black sister, and looked like she was there. Basically, she was there with her kids, and it looked like she brought her mother with her. So she was clearly the grandmother, the other woman. I held the door open for them, leaving out. Now, the black sister, who probably was around our age, she didn't even make eye contact. Didn't say thank you, didn't say nothing. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't say nothing, but I'm like, okay. Now, the grandma, thank you, baby. because she come from a time where they respected when but I guess her daughter, I'm assuming that's her daughter, she didn't. And again, I held the door open for her. I was just being nice because I do that for everybody. I do it for older people mainly, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, black, white, I don't care. Hey, let me hold the door open. But that's just how I was raised. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't say nothing out the way. I just kind of I just did that. I'm like, But then I felt better when the mom came out and was like, gave me some kind of acknowledgement, like, hey, you ain't had to hold the open. Thank you. All that. I say all that to say, I didn't say nothing bad about the sister. It's just like, damn, you should be a little more appreciative, if somebody does that. She was coming out with her kids and stuff. So primarily I'm like, just holding the door open, just letting them come out because that's the respectful and gentleman thing to do. But the problem with that is these days, like we talked about on the very first live we did, they chalk that up to being the bare minimum. Like we're supposed to do that. It's a sense of entitlement that go around. I'm not going to drag on about that because that's a whole nother topic in and of itself I want to do a show on in the future. But to go back what she was talking about, I ain't got no respect for brothers that do that. You ain't even a brother. To me, I don't know what you are. But I got no respect for brothers who or for black guys that try to put down black women. Because I tell you, I'll be transparent as hell. I love black women, black girls my entire life growing up. And when I tell you I have been shut down by some of the cutest and ugliest amongst them. Okay?
Ugliest is crazy work.
I have been shut down by so many of them. Okay? And what I mean by ugly, they was cute in the face, but personality reveals itself, which makes you ugly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like I ain't have a history of going after ugly girls. No, that's not it. What I'm saying is you proved to me that you was ugly because I'm coming at you in a respectful way. I ain't coming up, what up, bitch? I don't do that. That's not even in my DNA to be like that. I've always approached women respectfully, and I've had some of the most horrible shit said about me that I don't even want to repeat. You know what I'm saying? But I took it like a champ. And so when you guys said that, it kind of made me think like, damn, nigga, I've been shut down by some of the best and worst of them. And it never deterred me because I am naturally attracted to the sisters. Like, I had no desire to go after white girls. None at all. And some, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Some of them I might have more in common with some of the white women than I might have some of the sisters. But that ain't gonna do it for me. Because I might have some things in common with you, but we don't come from the same culture. So it's a lot we not gonna have in common. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a nerd, so she might be in the anime, I'm in the anime. Like stuff like that. We might have that going for us. No, but it's a lot of sisters that's in the anime and shit now. So it's like, hey, that's great. Because back in the day, that wasn't a thing. Not like it is now. I mean, Fly. Shit. It wasn't like that back then. So I guess to bring this all back full circle, for any guys that's out here doing that because you think you've upgraded by going to a white woman because of the self-hatred that you harbor on the inside, hey, man, again, my thing is, once you start to disassociate yourself like that, then get the fuck on and stay gone. Don't come back.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. You want to hold the door open for white people, but you want to slam it on the sister face. Okay, I just gave you an example of an ungrateful sister, but that's not going to deter me in the future from not opening the door for black sisters. You know what I'm saying? This literally just happened to me the other day.
Yeah.
So it is about who you are on the inside. It is about your experiences. It is about the relationship you have with your mother and your grandmother. It is all of that. Yeah. It's all of that wrapped into one. But even still, even if you don't have the best relationship with your mother, that don't give you the right to view every black woman through the eyes of your mother or through that lens. Because you might have just had the misfortune of being born to a toxic mother, a toxic, I mean, come on. You have toxic fathers and you have toxic mothers. You might have, lost the birth lottery and was born to, what they call us all the time, a narcissist. You know what I mean? So that's not a reflection. She is not a representation of all black women. And neither are the toxic men a representation of all black men. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, you can date who you want, but when it comes to like putting down people of your own color, you know what I'm saying? That's whack as hell.
Whack as shit.
Me personally, like, I know I love myself. I want my kids to look like me. So I dated not just black, but dark skinned women because I want my children to look like me. So I think if you like dating outside your race and then try to shit on your own race, I think that's just another form of self-hate.
Yeah. Now, before you go, Fly, since you said that, I'll be transparent for the audience. I got a little bit of self-hate in me too. I don't like this light skin shit. Okay, I don't like this light skin shit, and that's why my wife is darker than me, much darker than me. And I was trying to eradicate this light skin shit from my family, and then I was at my OG house the other day, and I was having a conversation about just that. It's so ironic that this whole shit came up. I was having a conversation about just that right there, what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma told me straight to my face. He's like, we black people, we make all shades of people.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was just about to say.
You can try all you want, but in the future, there still might be more light-skinned people.
Exactly.
Because that's just a part of that's just who we are as black people. And I felt so stupid. I'm like,
yeah.
She's absolutely right.
Look at the continent.
She was absolutely right.
Everybody in Africa
colors
don't look like Hirsch.
Right.
Exactly.
But
they all different shades.
That's what I needed. And like say, my grandma darker than me. Like everybody in my family pretty much darker than me. Like, so for her to say that, like, okay, I will say this, like, my grandmother is brown skinned. My grandfather was brown skinned. My mother came out light skinned. But her brother, my uncle, came out dark skinned. He was darker than both his parents. Which is weird. Like, so my mama came out lighter than both her parents, and he came out darker. And both of them are brown. Both of them are brown in between. So she is absolutely right. So she's speaking from experience. Like, look, we that's just what we do as black folks. We make different shades of people. And you just so happen to came out light skinned because both of your parents are light skinned.
Right.
Yeah.
We all black people.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as what's going on in the video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it as she took it, cause it could be two ways. It could be taken as he was being an asshole, or how she look at it, like he wanted to hold the door for this white woman, and felt like the black woman wasn't worth holding the door open. Listen, man, if you going, where's the human decency at? Like, holding the door for people just because it's the nice thing to do and it's the good thing to do.
Yep.
Instead of just, oh no, I can't open the door for you. You got to come back in and open the door for yourself because you black. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And the people that be on the line talking down about black women and be dating other races, it's like, if you don't want to date black women, fine. You know what I mean? But getting on the internet and saying all that junk, man, you the one looking crazy.
You look like a clown. Yeah.
You the one looking crazy.
Straight clown.
Cause you don't gotta say nothing. Exactly. I've never dated a white woman before. But I'm not about to sit down and just be downing them because I don't date them.
Yeah.
I ain't never dated a Mexican girl, a Latino, or Asian girl, and none of that either. But I'm not about to sit down and down them for what?
Yeah.
And as far as opening the door, I'm opening the door for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And If I open the door for a black woman and she don't show appreciation for it, that's fine because I did what I wanted to do.
Right.
Because it was in me to do.
Right.
I'm not looking for you. I'm not looking for you to give me anything back because
this
I
is
did
my character.
This
I
is
chose
my
to do
character.
this.
I'm not looking for you to say thank you. This is a courtesy of me doing what I was raised to do. If you don't say anything back or you be rude about it, that shows who you are. Not me, but you.
Don't affect me at all.
So I'm not gonna trip. She walk by and she don't say thank you or nothing. That shows her home training. Well, I'm not even gonna put her on home training because she could have got a good home. She could have got great home training. She probably that's probably learned behavior from herself. That she decided that she gonna act like that. But we can't let other people's action taint our actions and how we came up. That's how that bad apple spoiled a bunch.
Yeah.
So that's that's what I think about it.
And you never know what somebody going through. They could be going through something in their head or not even paying attention.
True.
The door is open. So.
And that's why I didn't hold it against the sister the other day.
Consideration too.
That's why I didn't hold it against her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, them kids probably ticked her off.
Right. Kids getting on her nerves.
And now that I think about it, she was kind of yapping at him a little bit, so that's probably had something to do with it too. So that's why I didn't jump off to the extreme, like you ungrateful. Like no,
but
not at all.
All black women.
But yet and still,
all black women never say thank you.
Exactly.
but yet and still, you know what I mean. She could have said thank you. It's not like you was invisible,
right? Absolutely.
But that's on her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you absolutely right, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change my attitude going forward in the future. Like I'm still going to do the same exact thing.
Still going to open the door,
and but see, that's good because the awkward situations that I have is opening the door for somebody and the girl think I'm trying to flirt with her, and it's like, no, I'm just opening the door. That's you clearly can see I'm not trying nothing with you. And then my wife tells me all the time, that ring is a magnet. Nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
It don't mean nothing to some of them.
That's what she say. That's what she says. She's like,
but open the door. I don't see how that's flirting. That's she's just simple minded or something.
Thank you. My God, bro.
If I ain't say a word to you,
bro,
I'm not flirting with you.
That has happened. I gotta
be communicating to you.
That has happened to me. I can't even count how many times this happened to me in my lifetime where I'm just like, no, if I wanted to flirt with you, you'd know.
Exactly.
I'm a very vocal guy. Like, if I was trying to get at you, but no, I'm just opening the door.
People be full of themselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, we got a little time. We pushing it, but I'm gonna get to this false accusation joint.
Yes, I do.
Well, do you work here? Are you the plumber?
The plumber is crazy, and I definitely don't have to answer any of your questions. Okay, so just
are you a chauffeur?
It doesn't matter. Honestly, I really feel disturbed right now. So
you're feeling disturbed.
Yes, I am.
Disturbed.
Yes, I am.
Well,
yes, I am.
I'm a woman,
yes,
and I've never seen you before, and you're a man, and I don't know what you're doing in my office.
I've never seen you neither, okay? And honestly, I don't have to answer any of your questions.
Can you please
back up? Can you back up? Please, do not approach me like that. Okay, do not approach me like that, okay? I don't even know you. You already like acting crazy. Just don't do that. Like,
I asked you a simple question and you can't tell me what
I don't have to answer any of your simple questions that you're asking me.
Probably
and that's exactly
here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you Wow. Is she really running right now? Is she really running right now? This is ridiculous. This is crazy. Do you know how this is making me look? Are you serious?
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I'm in the elevator.
Just chased me out of the elevator.
He's here to meet me. What do you mean he chased you? What am I missing? Why are you so crazy? Calm down,
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah,
This is my guy. This is my business partner. Have you not met? Have you guys not met?
Well, no, but I mean, it would have been great.
Yeah, you gotta understand, you were technically following me because I didn't know we were going to the same place. You didn't tell me where you were going, who you were meeting.
I was not following you, though, at all.
But literally you were, because I did not know we were heading to the same location. You have to understand, as a woman.
I don't know you, so I didn't have to tell you that information.
And I didn't know you, and you are a strange man that I've never met before in my place of work, so I felt uncomfortable.
What did I do that was so strange to you?
You were being suspicious.
How?
By
Literally, you met me on the elevator.
And then you continued to follow me.
That was definitely a script.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even so, this type of stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
And the one thing I'll give the new generation credit for, it's good and bad. We from the old school, so I don't have a habit of, if something is happening, pulling out my phone.
Oh yeah.
See, that works to my detriment. That works to my detriment. I'm not going to front.
Gotta get used to
doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to front. I've been in some situations where I never even thought to grab my phone.
I would never even think to pull my phone out.
Exactly.
Like, I just handle situations.
Thank you. That's I just.
But in today's,
that's why I said I gotta give credit
right.
to the young generation. It's a good and bad thing, because you pull your camera out when somebody getting a mud hole stumped in their face, instead of trying to stop it and help them. You just watching for somebody get massacred. It's like, no, man, break that. Stop before somebody gets offed. You know what I'm saying? Stop it before somebody loses their life. But in that situation,
they got the glasses with the camera in them now, so you could just.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get me some of them.
Give me some of them Ray-Bans.
Like, what were you saying now? Yeah, so even if it was a skit, I would just say, to make this quick, this type of stuff happens all the time. It's been happening throughout history.
Every day.
Many false accusations and allegations have led to a lot of black brothers losing their lives, and the court system does not always convict. So even if it was a skit, I appreciate it because it is spreading awareness that, for one, if I see a white woman getting on the elevator, it's just me and her, I ain't getting on. That's because, again, I'm from the old school. That's what they taught us. Right. They was like, hey, that's what the men in my family taught me. It was like, no, you got it. I'll wait. I'll wait for the next one, or I'll just take the stairs. I'm not getting, but that's how I feel at this point in my life, where it's like, okay, to make this quick, when we were on the cruise, right, and the elevators you got to take to get from deck to deck, even though they're open and you can see who the hell's on the elevator,
right?
If it's a little white girl, or if it's any other female by themselves, I'm not getting on it with an eye straight.
Yeah,
and it's rare that you catch that, at least on the cruise, because them motherfuckers be stuffed.
I told you one night I was going back to the room. An elevator open. It was like an older white lady in there, and she saw me and jumped.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Oh my god.
Peekaboo.
Oh my god.
She's like, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, I told you what happened to me. Where
Peekaboo is wild, bro.
I told you when me and my wife got on the elevator with the one older white woman. And she was talking to them two other people, and they was like, she was like, well, be careful going back to your room. And I'm like,
oh yeah, I remember.
It's like, it's a jungle out there. And I'm like, you would say that with two black people on the elevator with this one white woman? It's just like, let us know when you get to the room. Like, we're on a ship with like over 4,000 people on it. I'm not saying that nothing can't happen, but what I'm getting at is, I'm in here with my wife. We were on our way back to our room. Like we're not thinking
Pay
about
y'all
y'all.
no
That's what I'm
mind.
saying.
Right.
We're not thinking about y'all. Like
we on here vacationing like y'all.
So yeah, that's what I'll leave it at.
We didn't come here to steal little old white ladies.
Oh God!
What do they be thinking? Like what?
I don't get it, bro.
They give themselves too much credit. Like everybody thinks about y'all, motherfucker.
They put too much value on themselves, man. I'm telling
For
you,
real.
they really do.
Nobody even thinking
Ain't nobody
about
think
y'all.
about y'all. Like, yeah. So that's my take.
Yeah,
they be tripping.
And the thing, like from that clip, it seemed like they always like asking for information. Like you got to tell them something. Like, why are you here? I never seen you. Like, why are you here? Who are you? Like, if I was ever in that situation, I wouldn't say one word to the.
I wouldn't either. I'd just be like,
I would. You be talking to yourself. I look at you crazy and continue my.
Right. Don't want
to. Exactly.
I just give your ass the death stare.
Exactly.
Start barking like DMX.
It ain't even gonna escalate because I ain't gonna say 2 words to you.
Shit.
What's your name? Who are you? Are you the plumber?
My name's Nunya.
Yeah.
My name's Satan. And I'm here for souls. Now, you want to keep playing this game?
Nah.
Shit.
I demand to know who you are.
Right. You have to tell me something. You have to give me information.
I just told you. I'm the leader of the underworld. Are you ready?
I demand that you shut up.
Like, oh, you went to police academy too?
No.
You want my ID too?
Just start handing them
Shit's
information.
crazy.
Here's my social, my birth certificate. You want all this shit? No, I ain't giving them nothing.
I wouldn't say 2 words.
I wouldn't even be tripping about it because most elevators got cameras in them. So I was like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I wouldn't even say 2 words to her. Go about my business. Let her talk to herself.
I mean, like, yeah, you're right. But I think I guess my takeaway from it is I am going to start getting into the habit of, like, I'm going to soon somebody start talking and acting crazy. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, what's going on? Because I got to start thinking about if this shit goes sideways, if this shit go left, I need to be able to clear my name.
Protect yourself, yeah.
And so that's how I got to start looking at it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could ever start to just pull out cameras and stuff. Well, I'm just never gonna let them get me like that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be like, you say what you want. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. And if you start getting loud, I'm gonna hit that button so I can stop at the floor. I'm getting off here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about to argue with you.
I was just about to say that because I don't argue.
I'm about to argue with you. I hope I wear a shirt on that day.
Just point at the shirt.
Can you read?
You follow?
All right, man. We gonna move on.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
That's why you looking down.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
I was on to you.
Yeah, you won't be next time. You won't be next time. Don't worry. Each week I learn a little different, little differences from you. Like, oh, okay, so he peeped this. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I peeped your eyes, looked down. I'm like, yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was about to hit it because like he cut into it real fast.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna give me a whole week to think about how to revamp my strategy. I'll figure it out. But anyway, we didn't have a hit or miss last week because it was our first show back, and honestly, it wasn't as organized as it could have been. But it worked in terms of time. So, but we have 2 hit or misses this week. And you touched on the fear topic earlier in the show, Fly, and that's why I said, yeah, we're going to get back to that. So this one is literally titled, Is It Fear?
Did you ever ask yourself, why did all these lynchings happen after slavery? Well, it's because white people live in a state of fear of black people, whether it's conscious or not. They were worried about what we would do once we were free. And see, the thing that they hate mostly about this fear is that they know that we know they have it. We know that they're afraid of us. That's why the new N-word is going around, right? DEI and things of this nature. That's why all of a sudden black people have the ability to even be racist. Can you know what I'm saying? People are like, what? You can hate white people? Yeah, babe, but racism minus power is just prejudice. When you are prejudiced towards someone and you can actually do something with that prejudice, that's racism. Okay? So it's just never going to work, because black racism, quote unquote racism, does not adversely impact the white community as a whole at all. It just does not. Versus the other way, white racism towards black people, you got healthcare, education, housing, employment opportunities. So that transfers into economic oppression as well. The list goes on and on. In short, stop being afraid. If we wanted to get even, we would have done that a long time ago. We're trying to just get by. And not like to get by like to your standards. Just live. We're not worried about y'all like that. So stop worried about it.
Is that a hit or a miss, brothers?
That's
a hit for sure.
I love how
we
you
just
want
to be left the hell alone. That's all we ever wanted.
That's
be
all.
left
That's
alone.
That's all we want. But they don't want us around. But they don't want us included in anything. I don't know. It's strange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but I like how he broke that down though.
Mm-hmm.
He said it correct. He said it how I was trying to say it earlier.
Okay.
Like, racism is prejudice with the power.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's racism. That's exactly what racism is.
Yep.
The power to oppress the people you don't like.
Yeah.
Yep.
The ones with the power, all they are just prejudiced people who has the privilege.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But we be going at the prejudiced people, and we be, they low hanging fruit. So we go at them and not think about what the actual racist people do.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You said that's a hit, Hirsch?
Yes, sir. That's a hit.
Care to elaborate, or did Fly take all the words away from you?
Honestly, I lost my thought for a second, so you can come back to me.
That boy took the gummy before the show.
That's why he's tired.
That boy took that gummy like...
I did not partake in any substances.
No, Hirsch did not. Hirsch did not do such a thing.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
He's drug free as the school zone.
Exactly.
As much as one can be.
Right. Some of them be the most drug infested places.
Christ. Yeah, that's a hit for me. I've said this in so many of my TikTok videos where I've said the same thing about prejudice plus power is racism, and this is what they don't typically understand. And like I say, I'm gonna try to get the brother on the show, because me and him talk every now and then, and he's pretty solid guy. So definitely want to try to get him on the show. But yeah, in terms of, like we've been saying all show, like we ain't thinking about y'all. Like we really not. Like, I mean, because I'm gonna be honest, we have a case. We have a case to, like I mentioned earlier, we have a case to not like white people or whatever and whatnot. But if you really want to know who has even a better case than ours, is the indigenous people who got their land and the whole everything genocided and stolen. Like, I think the real people who might want to get you back for anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's not to discredit what any of our ancestors went through, because they went through some horrific shit. But we still got our homeland. We still got our motherland. Like, you took everything from the natives, the Native Americans, and even some of the Mexicans. Shit, California and Arizona, all that shit is Mexico. Shit, as far as I'm concerned, Texas too. You know what I'm saying? That was all Mexico. You know,
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
We gonna take your shit and name it after you say
Right.
it's new.
This the new Mexico.
This the new Mexico.
Oh my God, man!
New and improved.
You see what I'm talking about? See how blatant they were?
And you know how crazy it is. Back then, how they took that, then they sold it. They gave it to other countries, like the Louisiana Purchase. It's supposed to be owned by France. And then they snake France to get it back.
Take it back.
So they snaked everybody. They snaked everybody.
That's what I'm saying, man. So yeah, he's absolutely correct. And that's what you need to understand. Like, can black people be prejudiced? Absolutely, because I know quite a few of them. But can black people be racist? And I say no. And I say no, black people can't be racist because my prejudice, like he said in the video, has no effect on you or your people as a whole. It's just one man walking around here angry as hell about people that look like you because of shit that happened. But you can call the police because your prejudice is racism, because you can call the police. They will look at you, identify with you, and the minute you tell them what's going on, they're going to immediately assume you're the victim, even though you're possibly the cause. A person who's brown like us trying to explain the situation, hey, no, that's not what happened. Shut up, nigger.
Yeah.
All right, come with us down to the station. Why do I have to come with you down to the station? And I'm giving you my statement right now. This is what happened. Nah, come on downtown right quick. That's how it works. It's systemic. That's why we always talk about systemic racism. It's like, y'all, even if you're not racist, you, like we say, like so many black people have said, you still benefit from the fucking system. You still benefit from the fucking system. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I go back to what I said earlier. White people have always controlled this country. So if the country is falling apart, if America is losing its so-called superiority or losing its superpower status or whatever, look who's always been in control. Don't blame it on the one black person. You know, who said that? Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman said it right. We have not had a black president. We've had a mixed race president.
That's what I always used to think. Like,
we have not had a black president in this country, so y'all get that straight.
Vice president.
Exactly.
They've all been mixed.
They've all been mixed raced.
Yeah.
We have not had a black representing person with two black parents.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. And that's where I'm gonna leave it.
He was right.
Yeah, he was absolutely correct.
Morgan Freeman was right.
Morgan.
72 for 72 years.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
They even hijacked racism.
Oh shit.
They changed it. They changed what the definition was. Because like he just stated, is having power with prejudice.
Yeah.
They just like, you don't like us. You don't, because I'm this color. You're racist.
Yeah.
And a lot of, see, this is where the confusion be coming in. As far as using words, because even black people be using it like, oh, you're racist. Like, I don't know. Prejudice, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to other groups that don't really have any power like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got one more hit and miss. And this one's called Princess Treatment.
Men want the princess treatment now. They don't want to be the first one to text. They don't want to be the one to pay. The whole 50-50 situation that is coming up.
Men have always gotten the princess treatment. Always. I think there has never been another time. The amount of standards men have for women is insane, okay? But the minute you have a woman that says like, hey, provide, you know, like take care of me. It's like, no, you're a gold digger. How dare you say that? But how many men would date an unattractive woman?
Exactly.
They wouldn't. They just simply wouldn't, okay? Because they have that standard. If you're unattractive, I don't want to date you. You're supposed to cook. You're supposed to clean. You're supposed to take care of the kids and look good on top of that.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I'm going to cheat on you. And if you do, I'm going to cheat on you. So it's like women had to accept that. If men could get their period and could get pregnant, we would not be able to meet their standards. They would have standards through the roof.
No, for sure.
Women would not be able to meet their standards.
No.
I realize I'm about to be a hypocrite with what I say. This is a fucking miss. This is why everybody does not need a fucking podcast.
That's all like trying to follow. Like, what are they trying to?
This is a miss for me.
So they saying men are one with high standards. Is what they're saying.
You can say we got the princess treatment.
Weird.
I wear.
Maybe it's just the men that they messing with. I don't know.
It's got to be.
I'm trying to figure out what this princess treatment is.
That's what I'm trying to.
So I was looking into this. That's just the only one I pulled, but I was looking into this the other day, and a lot of women on TikTok, excuse me, they say men are in our princess era, saying
no,
we want a woman to text us first. They get mad that if a woman offers to pay on the first date and the man says sure, go ahead, and they get mad and say, oh, I just instantly dry up if he allows me to pay. And it's like a lot of the stuff was just, it was racking my brain, it was upsetting me. And I'm just like, man, we're going to talk more about it on this show. I just used it for a hit and miss for now, but I want to go in depth on this particular topic so I can show you the level of crazy that's out there.
No, there's this level right now that you're telling me is crazy.
That's what I was about to say. This is a pretty good level right here.
This is very high level. Okay.
When has it ever mattered who texts first?
But that's
I
what
never knew that was a thing.
It matters to them, I guess.
I never knew that was a thing.
Well, see, listen, we to be fair, we also from a different era. Well, I mean,
I ain't been in the dating game for a while, so maybe I'm missing something.
So what you said, I'm glad you said that because that's included in my answer.
Okay.
So she said,
is it a hit or a miss?
Oh, it's a miss. First of all, I don't subscribe to this princess treatment stuff off top.
Yeah, right.
That's one. You know what I mean? Two, you already got me in the direction I was already going into when you said this is a different era. We dealing with different type of women. Yeah, we got standards now because now we dealing with women that don't even want to do what last women used to do.
The bare minimum.
Like we dealing with women, different types of women. They done split up and become all kind of different groups. Mm-hmm. Like we got a even bigger group of feminists who like they despise men.
Oh, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the ones that's twerking everywhere. We got the delusional ones who you got to make this much. You got to make this much. You got to provide. Like she said, oh, we got to provide. They be asking for, and we said this on the show and plenty of other podcasts and said this on the show, they asking for people to be making a certain amount of money, and most people do not make this money. I'm tired of having this conversation. Like, we already know that there's a certain amount of people that's making this type of money out here, and those are the ones that's make some. I'm not gonna say all of them,
right?
But some of them, they have options, and that's them the ones that y'all can't get everything y'all want out of, besides having a stable home, like he pay all the bills. But with some of those, you get to pay the bills part, but you don't get the other parts. Like somebody who genuinely care about you, will have time for you, and because the more money he make, the less time he gonna be with you because he's making the money.
That part.
So all this princess there, I don't understand where it come from. Man, we still got the same issues that we've been having. We just not taking stuff from females that's acting outlandish and don't have like reasonable,
realistic expectations. Yep.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the difference. And men, when y'all be listening to women on the internet, man, y'all gotta ignore some of these women. Don't be trying to argue with them, go back and forth, because especially when they say stuff like a real man, some of these, they don't know what a man is and they don't know how to be one. So don't listen to these people. Don't listen to them.
I swear they don't know what the fuck they be talking about. I mean, they just don't, bro.
I would never argue with a female online talking about real men. I'm like, well, okay. I mean, if they knew a real man, why they got a problem with getting one and keeping them? If they knew. You would know how to spot them. You wouldn't have a baby by him if he wasn't the right one.
My God, bro. That's what I've been wanting to say on this show for so long. It's like so many of you are you're gonna go to your grave alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I'm not sitting up here saying I wish that for you. Of course not. I want people to love and be happy. I swear I do. I don't care what you subscribe to. I don't care what sexuality you are. I just want people to be happy, because there's a lot of shit to be unhappy about in this world. Y'all are not making it better when you come with these illogical standards, these illogical think pieces you put together in your feeble minds.
Yeah.
You're not making it any better. And a lot of you are basically you're just sealing your fate. You're just sealing your fate, because no man in his right mind, and this is coming from a man, a real man, by the way, since y'all say a real man this, a real man that, I consider myself a real man because I handle my responsibilities and have been doing so for a very fucking long time. No sensible man is going to put up with that madness that you're putting out there in the universe. They're just not. And you deter a lot of men by saying a real man this. Our brains instantly turn you off. We tune you out immediately. As soon as you start to say,
they don't know what they're talking about.
That's my point. As soon as you start saying that.
And playing these games, oh, I pay, and then you really don't want to pay. You just trying to, like, why are we playing this game? Why are we playing these games? That's why these dudes don't want to deal with you. Who wants to be doing all this mental gymnastics with you?
What I was thinking.
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this mental gymnastics like this? Oh, I'm gonna see if he's gonna pay. I'm gonna offer to pay. If you don't want to pay, don't offer.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what me and my wife go through, as long as it's not adultery. I don't care what me and my wife go through. Hey, I'm gonna stick this shit out. As long as it's not adultery, because what I see out here, I'm good. I'm good. My wife ain't nothing like y'all women. I'm good. I'm straight.
Listen, man.
I'm good.
It's a lot. The times is changing. The constructs not moving as far. It's in shambles, really, because the times is moving and there's so many ideas coming in, and they don't know where to go.
I got something to say on that, but I'm gonna save that for next week or another time we bring that, because we finna hit the 2-hour mark. But
yeah,
I want to talk about that is specifically because I've been putting that together in my mind. Like, it's 2025, and in a minute, it's 2026. And it's like, you only want things to change when they benefit you, but you don't expect other aspects of this so-called thing we call life to change as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, I mean, they moved people. They been moving the goalposts.
That's it.
They been moving the goalposts.
That's it.
But you know, this episode we holding people accountable, so I'm gonna hold men accountable. For my last thing I'm say, listen, man, if she been out here doing the things she been doing, like she been, listen, once you get her, you can't make her do anything.
Bingo.
If she been out in the street, she been wilding, you can't make her change. And I'm telling you now, if you thinking, don't even go for that woman. Because if you want to tell her how to dress when you go out there, you ain't going to be able to protect her like you want. Because that's how she been moving. And she going to look at you like, you met me like this. That's one.
Yeah.
And then two, she going to be like, I wear what I want. You ain't going to be able to protect her.
Yeah.
But these guys that be making 100,000 and stuff like that, be making the money. They deal with that type of woman because they get what they want out of her, and then they cut her loose. You know what I'm saying? And I hope some of them women do know that, like, they not really want to wife you because the standards they have for the woman they want to wife you, y'all not cutting it.
Yeah, they don't want to wife you because you're not wifeable. Just being honest. What say you, Hirsch? I didn't even get your. Is this a hit or miss with you? Me and Fly kind of took over the segment by accident.
Yeah. I'm done though. Go ahead, Hirsch.
That is 100% a hit.
Terry's corner.
I said a hit, man. It's a hit.
That's why I hit the buzzer, motherfucker. Okay.
Give these women what they want, man.
All right.
You just do exactly what they say. You know.
Somebody go see this and say he's a smart man. He a smart man.
If they offer to pay the bill, that's just a test to see if you hubby material. You're supposed to be like, no. You're supposed to smack her hand down. Gently, though, because you don't want to hurt her. But you pat her hand down gently. You pull out your wallet. You take care of that bill. You the man.
Hey,
notice how he laughing.
You know what I noticed? Hirsch is the secret weapon on the show. He brings the shit out when nobody's expecting this shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Terry's
okay.
corner out the blue.
Motherfucker. Yeah, okay. No, that's going on record. That's a hit for him. Yeah, that's going on record. Man. That's a hit for him. Okay. He agreed with these delusional ass.
You gotta be a real man out here.
And guess what?
And like, honey, can I?
And like I said earlier, don't listen to this married man. Okay, because he ain't out here checking for y'all. He already spoken for. Okay, he ain't giving you the real. He is setting you up to fail. I'm just keeping it on it.
Because this is what's gonna happen when you do what Terry's corner is telling you to do. This was about to happen.
Call him Terry Jackson. That's your
girl. I had to leave him. He ain't got no. He ain't no man. I'll stand up for himself and just run all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's to close this out. This segment. Yeah. My wife knows I'm not a pushover, but at the end of the day, I'm not a bully either. You know what I'm saying? Right. I know how to compromise. I know how to, all right, fine, just give her way. But when I decide to really stand my ground and say, no, we not doing this, then that's when it gets real. And also, I'll take, we holding men accountable. This is why I got to hold myself accountable. I'll be fully transparent for the audience, okay? Just in case any other married couples go through this shit. I have to take accountability from the fact that if I give my wife her way too much, she becomes too used to that type of treatment. And so when the answer no does happen, it's not going to go over so well. Because if I've been so used to giving her way, and that's true for that's true for even if women, if you a type of woman who you constantly give in to your man's urges and desires, and the one time you tell him no, he gets mad and storm off, or he goes and finds another woman, then unfortunately you kind of enabled that situation, and I'm not saying that it's completely your fault. No, it's not, because he should have enough discipline and self-control to know you don't go out there and cheat on your woman just because she tells you no this one time. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. But I have a role to play. I've enabled my wife in certain situations where it's come back to bite me in the ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be honest about that, and Hirsch might not speak about it, but I'm sure he's done the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's happened. It happens. You just got to know how to navigate those waters. And, but this delusion that these little yinnies are talking about, no, absolutely not. And that Terry's Corner shit is specifically for the show.
Yeah, be a real man out here, fellas.
We gonna
speaking to all the real men out there. Y'all know who I'm talking to. Take care of these women. Do what they say.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay. And let's see how far that gets you, real men. Let's see how far that gets you. Shit. All right. Well, we're going to close out the show. Yeah. We're going to close out the show because we over the 2 hour mark.
2 hour. 2 minute.
2 minute. Jesus. All right. So what's your hot takes of the week? I ain't forgot about that part.
Oh.
Could be anything. As usual, I think I'm going to have to go first, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Give us some inspiration.
I've been thinking.
All right. What
we
has
we know Terry's Corner.
What has grinded my gears this week? Listen, all the stuff going on with this Trump shit is a distraction. I've been saying that forever. I'm not the only one who said. He's throwing out all these pardons and all this stuff. It's just a distraction. And it's a bullshit sympathetic play to try to play to the black community, to try to say, hey, we're doing this and doing that. You're trying to pardon Larry Hoover. It's not going to get rid of his state charges, obviously. And pardon, what is it, NBA young boy or whatever, when he's saying he was probably going to get out anyway. So all this shit is a distraction. I don't really particularly, none of these people in Washington have your best interest at heart. They are all down there manufacturing laws to make it harder for every one of us to survive. They are all padding their pockets and looking out for themselves. We elect them to take care of themselves. They are not doing shit for us. They're not doing a motherfucking thing to help none of us. Okay? That is why these companies are making record profits, and we are not, and so many of us are on TikTok and various other platforms bitching and complaining about how it is so hard for us to make ends meet, to get by, while everybody else is throwing yacht parties and taking vacations and doing all this shit on a regular. Congress barely fucking works. Okay, and if you want to call whatever it is that they're doing when they go there to work, they have staff that put together these laws and write these bills and all of this shit. They tell them what they want, and then it's the people behind the scenes that you don't see that's doing the real work. All these fuckers do is get in front of the fucking camera and try to placate to you, tell you what you want to hear, while actually doing the bidding of the top 1% and below. It's that simple. So that's my take of the week. Fuck them all.
Mic drop.
I'm going to go on a lighter note.
Nick said he brought us down. I'm going to bring him up.
Right. I've been watching the series between New York and Indiana. So that's been a pretty good series.
Pacers won,
Indiana's kind of my second home, so they going to the championship.
Oh,
for the
yeah,
second
that's
time.
right, that's right.
Shout out
In
Naptown.
like 25 years, so shout out to Naptown. Congratulations.
Okay, see?
Hopefully y'all do it
Indy.
all. I don't
I don't
think
think
they
they're
are
gonna
though.
win it. I don't think they're gonna beat. I don't think they're gonna beat
Who in the
SGA.
brackets?
Yeah,
I ain't been watching.
OKC and Indiana.
OKC, OKC coming out the West, and Indiana.
SGA. That boy balling out his mind.
Out
right
his
now.
mind.
So them the one to go into the finals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indiana
Pace-
and
Oklahoma.
And OKC.
OKC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They did announce that they last night was the last NBA on TNT with Shaq and all them. So that's like bittersweet.
No, they coming back. I think what I read, but they're not coming back to TNT. I think they still gonna have another show on another
network somewhere. Yeah.
That's what I heard. I'm hoping there's some validity, some truth to that. So
yeah, but yeah, I didn't want the Knicks to win because they was cocky as hell.
Well, they beat us, so hell no.
Yeah, that too.
No offense to
But yeah, they got ran out the building last night.
Fly's he's playing it the way he's supposed to. Fly's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. This is all inside shit, okay? Ain't nobody supposed to know except the three of us. And
oh man, she ain't tripping about that.
Okay.
I don't even think she watch sport.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah. What's my take, man? And my take is, boy, I can't wait to get out of this waiting season and start working for people. That's what I want to do, man.
Amen.
I just want to be successful in something. Me and the homies.
I just want to be successful.
Go ahead with the falsetto. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I just want to start. Listen, man. Let's make it clear. I'm not lazy. I work more than I take off. You know what I mean? And been doing it for years. I just can't wait to get into something. This pop off or something else pop off. Where me and the homies can get together, make this money, and enjoy our family and this money.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I want.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's my take.
All right, well, we're going to break up out of here. We didn't hit the 2 hour and 10 minute mark. I think this is probably our longest episode ever.
Yeah.
Didn't foresee us doing that today. But
chop it up.
Yeah. Make sure y'all
put it in two. You gonna split it? It's gonna be a lot of work to split it.
It might be, but I'll give it a whirl. I'll see. I'll see. Yeah, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for it to Anyway, I'll talk about this off mic. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you like what we've done here today and some of our viewpoints, or if you disagree, like
somebody
who left a comment on our last episode. It's okay. It's fine.
You're welcome at all.
Oh man, no, man. I mean,
just no bots.
Opinions. Oh, you funny dude. But opinions are opinions, and everybody got them.
Yeah.
Whether they be favorable or unfavorable.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
I mean, better than having crickets in the comments.
Yeah, we put on our clown suit every time we go to work. One leg at a time.
Yeah. So, like you just said, you know what I mean? You like what you see here. We push you, or not push you, we I hope you look at the other content. Follow us everywhere. Don't be come on, man, you're supposed to work with me right here.
Oh man, we so used to you saying it, man.
Okay.
Don't be a talker, be a walker. And follow us everywhere
like a stalker. There we go. That part.
Hey man, y'all got it.
Follow us everywhere, man.
For sure. Well, we gonna bid y'all adieu. We'll see y'all next time. Hopefully we should be on next week. And just remember, like we always say, stay safe out there. Love the people you love. Cherish every day. Don't take a day for granted. Do not take people for granted, because there is no guarantees. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for any of us. So Make the best of every situation. I know I may talk a lot of shit on here, but I always try to end every episode with at least something positive, some type of wordage of positivity in terms of love the people who you love and cherish them, because there will be a time where each and every one of us lights get put out once and for all. So enjoy this time and believe me, cherish it for real. So
yeah,
y'all be safe out there. See y'all next week. Peace out.
You're real, man.
What you? Peace out.